We are live on the Miguel and Holly and the Hits 961 Facebook page for Queen City Confessions.
If you want to submit yours, all you do is text the word hits along with the confession and send it to 96893.
Here's the first Queen City confession. After catching feelings for another woman, I have figured out that I am probably bisexual and I'm having trouble coming to terms with this. It's completely understandable that you would feel that way.
I was just gonna say, that makes a lot of sense. Like, that is a very valid statement that you just made.
Yeah.
That's a lot to process.
Give yourself some grace and some time, because when you all of a sudden realize that your life is going to take a different course than what you thought it would take, it's completely okay to also sort of grieve what you thought you were going to be and to celebrate the new beginnings.
Right, and I also think, you might be thinking, "Oh my god, everything has to change." It doesn't unless you want that,
Right.
I'm assuming you have a male partner currently. Um, Best thing to do would be to process it yourself and share that news.
And also find some people that can be in your support system. So
Mm,
if you don't have anybody in that community, there are so many resources online where you can find someone to connect with to be like, hey, can you help me navigate these new waters? Because I have no clue what I'm doing.
right.
Here's another Queen City confession. I feel so gross even writing this out, but I'm hoping that once I send you all this message, I can forget it. My father-in-law turned 60 last year and decided to get healthy. Well, we went over to their pool this past weekend. I was so attracted to him. I had to put on my sunglasses so I could just stare.
Uh,
When my husband and I had adult time that night, I thought of my husband's dad. We cannot go back to their pool.
no, because you did bad thing number 1. You just put the sunglasses on so you could keep staring. Y Leave them shades off and
Yes.
look down at the ground
Mhm.
like you're supposed to. Don't you until you can control yourself, you stay out that pool.
Here's the last Queen City confession. But you know what? Here's the thing, though. I will say I'm glad that you have the acknowledgement to say that. And so now that you realize how you felt, you can block it.
Shut it down.
Right. Whenever there's a pool day, mama's
Nope.
busy and she can't come.
Yep. Nope.
Here's the last Queen City confession. My ex reached out asking if he could have some of his shirts and gadgets that he left in my house. I refuse to give him any of his stuff back. He just walked out of our 5-year relationship with no explanation. He doesn't deserve to have his stuff back. I am keeping it all.
Ooh. Well, I mean,
Holly?
that's a choice, but I don't know. Is it the right one? Yes, obviously you're feeling super wronged and your feelings are valid, but
Mm-hmm.
2 wrongs don't make a right. I mean,
Right.
you're doing that to be petty because you think that you're going to hurt him in a way that, you're hurting. But I don't I get it. Some people are like, you're gonna cheat, then you deserve nothing, and I'm gonna mete out the vengeance, right? But that's not really our job, Karma works the way it's supposed to work, and you keeping his stuff might not be the thing that really hurts him, but yeah, it's gonna be frustrating or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's also not gonna help you because
Mm.
now you got his stuff at your house,
You're going to remind you of him all the time.
unless you throw it out. But in which case, it's just it feels petty, but maybe you just want to be petty.
How have you handled that in the past? If you've gone through a breakup and maybe it was gifts that they gave you, like if it was an expensive gift and maybe they asked for it back, did you keep it? Did you give it back? Or like this confessor, did you just keep stuff because they cheated and you were like, nope, you're
Mine
not
now.
getting it back? How did you handle that situation? I'm so curious because
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like you, Holly. I want to just get it out. I don't want any reminder of you in my
You know what?
house.
Clean slate. You know what? Clearly, you don't want to be here, so I don't want you to be here if you don't want to be. Take your stuff and get out.
But if you did keep their stuff, what did you keep? And did you ever give it back even after like a long time? Call us up 1-844-HIT-961.
1-844-448-7961 or text us, put the word hits with your message and send it to 96893.
Let me me turn that off.